trying to destroy the country and saying Anita must resign. Resign and go where?
Resign and go where?
I am still around.
I am still around. We're going to have to listen to that one more time.
Trying to destroy the country and saying Anita must resign. Resign and go where? I am still around.
I am still around. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to be the bearer of the good news, and you like it. You're not dreaming. Anita Among is dropping out of the speakership race. Yes, the outgoing speaker of the 11th Parliament is dropping out of the speakership race. This shouldn't come as a surprise, especially if you've been following events that have been unfolding in Uganda. This is the logical conclusion. It was even going to get worse. But she believed that she was going to be speaker for at least 2 terms. It's not going to happen. Welcome to Mordecai Morisa. I'm going to be reading you a few lines here. Anita Among has released a statement saying, hey, I'm quitting out of the race. Actually, Daily Monitor is reporting here. I think I should show you something here. You can see right there. Oops, what does it say? Anita Among bows out of the speakership race, pledges cooperation with ongoing probe. As if she had any other option. Welcome to Mordecai Morisa Live.
You're watching Mordecai Morisa Live political commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
And yes, indeed, as you all know, ladies and gentlemen, we've been following and keeping our eyes and ears in Uganda, especially on this ongoing chaos. We witness the darkness falling at noon in the life of Anita Among. But like I've always done here, I usually try to connect dots, connect events. This is not a surprise or shouldn't come as a surprise. You all know what happened just a few days ago. Before Anita came to this conclusion, this man, I'm not going to say had predicted. He had already pretty much told her what she had to do. Drop out. If you do not, it's going to be extremely bloody. His words, not mine. I'm going to play these words. But before I do that, allow me to take you to the page of Anita Among, and we're going to read this together. She's dropping out of the race. I'll let you read this. Okay. Speakership race. I wish to draw the attention to the public to the matters regarding speakership race. After wide consultations and deep introspection, and to maintain harmony and clarity in my beloved party. What do you mean to maintain harmony? Is that some chaos, some turmoil? Is that some push and pull? But I digress. Okay. After wide consultations and deep introspection, and to maintain harmony and clarity in my beloved party, the National Robbers Movement, I wish to categorically and unequivocally state that I will not be offering myself for the speakership race of the 12th Parliament. I'm greatly indebted to Kaguta Museveni. But first of all, let's go back here when she says, in order to maintain harmony and clarity in my beloved party. When you say in order to maintain harmony, I wonder, if you're this beloved, how are you going to cause chaos? Are you trying to imply something that, hey, if I run for this position, there's going to be chaos? But I digress. Okay. I am greatly indebted to Kaguta Museveni, my party NRM, and members of the 11th Parliament for giving me the opportunity to serve as Deputy Speaker and Speaker. I am equally indebted to my family and friends for the solidarity and support they have extended to me over the last 5 years. I pledge my total support to the candidates who will be endorsed by the President and the party. I implore all colleague members of the 12th Parliament to do the same. I shall remain available to the service of my country as the party and the President may assign me. In the meantime, I pledge to continue cooperating with all ongoing investigations as initiated by the relevant organs of the state to get the root of all the allegations raised. for God and my country, Anita Among. This is so funny. I pledge to continue cooperating with all ongoing investigations as initiated by the relevant organs of the state to get the root of all the allegations raised. Like she has any other option. You don't have any other option but to cooperate. You know? You hoist in your own petard, just like I mentioned, quoting Shakespeare in the Hamlet. You hoist on your own petard. You had no option here, ladies and gentlemen. But how does she reach to this conclusion? Remember, what we do here, we usually go back and try to connect, cross every T and dot every I. Now, listen to Muhoozi Stooge, Muhoozi advisor, Muhoozi minion, and Muhoozi simp. Here, Andrew Mwenda.
Are being opened that maybe there should be a contest over the opposition to test their veracity or their strength. Now, but if we opened the... Yes, Robert.
No, maybe you finished. I'll ask my question.
Yes, if you opened a fair contest in the parliament for Speaker and Deputy Speaker, I can tell you nobody, if Museveni kept out, can defeat Anita Among. She's so strong in that parliament. So, she's supposed to meet the president today. My suspicion is that the president has called her to advise her to withdraw from the race. Because if
the president has called her and advised her to withdraw from the race. Now, you know what happened. There was a meeting. She was placed under house arrest with restrictions. Do not engage with members of the press. Do not talk to the members of parliament. Do not continue campaigning. Those were pretty much the restrictions. And you know what she did? She went on and campaigned. She went on and continued with lobbying members of parliament and sending in money, which is Museveni's DNA. Now, that alone was the threat. And I think Museveni was like, okay, I think you're joking. I'm the Sabaranyi, like he usually wants to boast around.
She's in the race, she cannot be defeated. If he doesn't want her out, he'll have to ask her to withdraw from the race.
Why are you so certain that she cannot be defeated? What have you seen? What are the signs?
We discussed this last time on this show. I do not think one of the greatest politicians Uganda has produced, who has skill to rally people behind her, with the exception of Museveni, Anita Among could be the second. And as you said, she also has in her husband a formidable political animal. So the two of them make a team. Robert, let me tell you, if they open that vote there and Anita is contesting, she would get the entire opposition to vote for her, the whole NRM and all MPs. She would get 90% of the parliament.
Which really should break your heart. Every time he makes that, I think I need to reduce that, get rid of that noise that's coming from my open WhatsApp here. Every time he makes that comment, my heart bleeds. That she would get 90% of the opposition voting for her. Oh my God, sorry. Okay, now we're good. Not because she's a charismatic leader, not because she would argue and persuade them through reason, through selling her ideology to them, no. But because she would buy them off, she would give them money, she would bully them, intimidate. And when he said that besides Museveni, Anita Among comes next or the second in politicians in Uganda who are skilled. He doesn't really mean skilled in a positive way. No. What he's trying to say that Anita Among studied the politics of Museveni and took it to its logical conclusion. Museveni buys off people by giving them 5 million shillings. Anita Among studied that and is like, okay, Museveni is buying them with 5 million shillings. I'm going to buy them with 20 million shillings each. Okay? Museveni bullies and, threatens and tortures his political opponents. Okay? Anita Among watches that and is like, okay, this is how Museveni plays his politics. Now, I'm going to make sure that every woman that is running against me in Bukedea is in one way or the other prevented from appearing on the ballot. Bite some of them, threaten others, torture, do everything you can. She's a student of the Museveni grotesque, evil, disgusting, vile politics. She's not skilled. She's not charismatic. She's not a leader. But hey, let's continue. Listen here. Then I'll go back to the statement of Anita Among.
But also
now,
what I was told,
so that is why the president has called her to ask her to pull out. Because if she does not withdraw, it would be bloody. Now,
If she doesn't withdraw, it will be bloody. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just watching right now, it should be breaking news. Allow me to say breaking news. She's afraid. Oh, she finally found out on how bloody it was going to be. Oh, it is. She's decided to withdraw from the speakership race. Oh, my.
now, knowing Anita Among, if the president calls her and asks her to withdraw her candidature, she's very likely to accept. She cannot be like Kadaga. Kadaga refused.
She's very likely to accept. She cannot be like Kadaga. Very likely, but she cannot. So this was Andrew Mwenda pretty much telling her, you got to get out of this race. We are deciding who is going to be there and who is not supposed to be there. So Anita Among has decided to withdraw out of the race. Ladies and gentlemen, should that be a news to you? Absolutely not. You saw this coming. Used and completely discarded. Remember, a few days ago when she was speaking about who should be in the bedroom in this gigantic house called the NRM. I call it the National Robbers Movement. Listen here.
Parties, but the cooperation does not mean that if we are cooperating, you come up to my bedroom.
I want you to look at how Nabanja looked at her. It says everything. But she was attacking Norbert Mao. Says, hey, I understand you have a cooperation with the dictator-in-chief, but the cooperation doesn't mean that you have a permission to get to my bedroom. I am one who belongs to the bedroom in this house called the National Robbers Movement. Uh-oh.
You come up to my bedroom. Okay?
Look at Nabanja. Okay.
You come up to my bedroom. Okay? You remain in the compound.
Oh, you remain in compound. I wonder where you are now. Are you still in the bedroom? Are you in the sitting room? Are you in the storage unit on this house? Or you're in the compound? Or probably you've been thrown away, way beyond.
You don't come up to the bedroom. And I am saying, you don't come to the bedroom. The bedroom this time around is the speakership. You cannot cooperate to the tune of the speakership. You cannot cooperate to the tune of the speakership. So,
she was pretty much convinced that, she was loved by Museveni. Museveni is a very, very opportunistic, toxic character. He doesn't trust nobody. To him, you are a tool to be used and discarded. And that's what he's done. Remember this lady? I'll take you back to these words of this woman. She thought that she had played a role.
Do you think when I'm parliament or serving as a speaker, who are you serving? People of Uganda.
Listen to the contradiction. Oh, if you're in parliament, who are you serving? Oh, the people of Uganda, okay.
Not your party?
The people of Uganda.
But your party thinks you should be supporting and
okay, in what way? In what way? Tell me.
Nalabye bwadogamba banaba NRM ngo baganda banayinzi mu nonde nze nayisawo kino oboli awo singa sali mukubiriza president yandi emyaka jandi badde giwagamira
yabatagenda kubera ballot paper.
Oh, yandi badde tagenda kubera ku ballot paper. Had it not been me, Museveni wasn't going to appear on the ballot paper. She's pretty much saying, hey, it is because of my magic that Museveni is president.
Singa de bwachitule singa twali speaker
remember she says when she speaks of parliament she's serving the Ugandan people. The vast majority of the Ugandan people were opposed to the amendment to the constitution to remove the age limit cap. But now you're admitting these are oxymorons. You're contradicting yourself when you said, oh, I'm serving the people. But let me remind you, it is because of me that Museveni is still president. Okay, Museveni looked at that. Even though she helped him in a world of tyrants, strongmen, dictators, and narcissistic leaders like Museveni, there's only one person who is all-knowing, who is all-talented, who is all-wise, and that is the strong leader, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. In the world of Museveni, There's no one that's better than Museveni. In a world of Museveni, he's the one. Haven't you heard Museveni usually he makes comments about what he eats? I don't eat rice. I don't do this. I don't drink this. Who cares? Who cares? If you don't drink, if you don't eat kalo, I don't care. There's a concept called tastes and preferences. Studied it in economics, high school economics. Tastes and preferences are different. You might enjoy your kalo, and I may not like it. That doesn't make you special, or does it make me one? Absolutely not. It makes us uniquely beautiful and different. We are different, but at the same time unique and beautiful. That's what makes us human. But in the world of Museveni, if he doesn't eat kalo, you do not eat kalo. At one time he was speaking, it's like, I saw they were usually in the parliament, they say, Mr. Speaker, point of order. What were you going to do, you danderhead? When you were speaker, you and Chigongo, when you had just taken over power, when you took over power, what were you doing? How did you communicate? There was decorum, there's language that should be used in the Ugandan parliament. You were not referring to yourself, hey, Mr. Chigongo, oh, Museveni. No, you were going like, hey, Mr. Speaker. But because he's so consumed with this false sense of self-importance, that sense of self-importance, I am this all-knowing. I am the Alpha and Omega. I'm the smartest man. You have to listen to what this man says and know that you're not anything special. And again, as I get to the end of this conversation, Anita Among wasn't targeted because of enriching herself, because of corruption. Absolutely not. Because she threatened the transition plans of Museveni with his Nepo baby, Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Okay, just a few lines from the Daily Monitor. Like I told you, they reported about this one. Okay, ladies, okay. Beleaguered Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, has withdrawn from the race. I think you want to see the entire thing. Beleaguered Speaker of Parliament, Speaker Anita Among, has withdrawn from the race of the Speaker of the 11th Parliament, ending days of speculation following security operations at her residence in Nakasero and Chigo, linked to an ongoing state investigation. In a statement issued shortly before midnight on Sunday, Among, who is now poised to leave office after serving only part of a 5-year parliamentary term, if her decision holds, said she would not be offering herself for the 12th Parliament speakership race following what she described as wide consultation and deep introspection. That's a lie. There was no deep introspection. There was no wide consultation after being threatened and knowing that it was going to be bloody, just like you were warned by none other than Muhoozi minion and stooge and acolyte Andrew Mwenda. You let me know what you think. I think I should call it a video. I'll be back here to give you more updates. Please keep it Mordecai Maurice alive, and I'll be back. See ya.
Did you enjoy what you just watched?
I'm sure they did.
I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Marissa Live YouTube channel? Thank you.